Sooner Nation, welcome back to the Sooner Surge. And before we get started with the video, hit the subscribe button. Be a part of what's going on here with the Sooner Surge. A lot of content coming your way. Even though football season's really over, except the bowl game, the portal is open and it's already wild.
Well, it's not officially open till
Well, not till 4th, but guys are
Monday,
putting
the
their names in.
4th. Yeah, guys are entering already. It's
A
insane.
lot of names stay in the portal, but then you also got I'm going to call it the coaching portal, but the coaching carousel with what's going on. There's a lot of openings, a lot. And OU has an opening in OC, and it's probably, if not the highest coveted OC position, one of, and it's on a very short list. So we've been doing some videos to kind of just highlight some candidates that we think could be in the running for that. And tonight, Hunter, we're going to talk about Brennan Marion out of UNLV.
Yeah, Brennan Marian is a name that's kind of been brought up a lot as of late on his style of offense, the go-go offense. Marion is also one of the best recruiters in the country. That's a candidate that I would say is one of the best overall, all around. When you look at his scheme, what it would bring to OU in that go-go offense, how new it is, how just really, I would call it like unorthodox. Like I like it a lot, like the uniqueness of it compared to what other offensive coordinators are running. And he's super young, super young, and he has Oklahoma connections. Played at TU, coached at Oklahoma Baptist. Like he's familiar with the Oklahoma area, familiar with Oklahoma as he coached also at Texas for a year as their wide receiver coach. So one of the youngest high risers in college football right now that I think within the next few years, he's going to be a head coach at a Power 4 program.
Yeah, and I watched the video. I know I sent it to you, Hunter, on YouTube video about it. We should probably drop it in the link here. It's a really cool video on how he kind of got started. And even the name Go-Go, how the Go-Go offense got the name. But guys, this Go-Go offense is legit. And I'll say this. To me, Brennan Marion's not only would be a great hire just because, like you said, elite recruiter. I mean, elite. And also, it's different when a guy is the actual creator of the offense. You have a lot of Leach disciples. Seth Luttrell is one of the air raid disciples from that tree. Lincoln Riley, obviously, from that tree. But Brennan Marion, he started this offense. He is the head of the tree. And so it's a very innovative offense using a lot of different concepts. And they go fast. I mean, they pretty much go the 2-minute drill most of the time. Now, who knows? That can always change depending on where you're at and stuff. But it's not your typical. It's not a air raid offense per se. They like to run the ball. And right now, they're number one in the nation in rushing touchdowns. And so he's won and he's performed well with this offense wherever he's been, Hunter.
Yeah, I know some people will be against the fast-paced offense. I think the difference in the go-go offense compared to other air raids is they're running the ball enough that the clock's still moving. Like, yeah, they're getting down the field quick, but it's not stopping on an incompletion. NCAA took away the rule for, I think everyone hates it, to allow for more TV commercials throughout the game. It doesn't stop the clock on the first down. So the clock's pretty much always running unless you have an incompletion in this offense. And, I mean, I like the two-back set, and it's not the normal two-back set. I mean, he's lining them up at times on the same side. Like, you don't see that often, and that kind of that opens up the triple option and allows for impressive quarterback play at times.
Yeah, and I just on the few things I've watched about it, a lot of rollout with the quarterback too, which I think is really good. And so, I mean, he brings a lot to the table. Like you said, a young guy, innovative, great mind, offensive mind, elite recruiter. I mean, the positives are really good. Now, if you want to talk about any weaknesses at all with Brennan Marion, it would be he is very. I don't want to use the word inexperienced, but very, maybe like Levy when Levy came to OU, only a few years of calling plays. I mean, you got Howard, I think, calling plays. Obviously, high school ranks he called plays. so you can count that. But I'm saying in big time football, you got the year at UNLV, which they've done really well, so you can't really question it. But that would be maybe one thing that I would say, okay, that's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, the college ranks, he has 4 years of play calling
Yeah.
experience. He had 2 years at Howard, then a year at William and Mary, and then UNLV this past year. He was known really as a big time wide receiver coach before this UNLV job because he was at Pittsburgh. Jordan Addison won the Heisman, or not Heisman, the Blittenkoff, sorry. Yeah, won the Blittenkoff, and then goes to Texas and look at the wide receiver room he put together there. And then now he's OC and quarterback coach at UNLV. I know Texas was not happy to lose him, but it's like at someone who's rising this fast, that's going to happen. You can't keep him just as a pass game coordinator and a wide receiver coach. You're going to have to promote him at some point to a coordinator, and that doesn't happen at Texas because Steve Sarkisian calls the plays. But yeah, you mentioned that video. I thought it was very interesting that, yeah, Steve Sarkisian calls the plays at Texas, but he was using some of Brennan Marion's schemes at times.
Yeah.
Like for an experience that, I mean, Sarkisian won a national championship at Alabama. He knows what he's doing, calling plays. To be able to trust Brennan Marion's scheme enough to use it, I think that says a lot. And going back to his Howard days, he was a quarterback coach and offensive coordinator there. Kalen Newton was there, Cam Newton's younger brother. And I don't know if you guys remember that. The year he was there, he was making all sorts of highlight reel plays. He was on ESPN quite a bit because of what they were doing at Howard. I know his first, Marion's first year at Howard, they completed the largest upset according to the spread. I think in history, right? It was like 46-point spread in that game. Actually against UNLV. So that's interesting.
Well, and I love on the video, it talks about the quote he always uses is, how you play without the ball determines how much you love your teammates. And he talks about that all the time. Basically, if you're blocking down the field as a receiver, whatever it may be, maybe it's running a fake to the running back and the running back carries the fake out like he has it. All that stuff matters in this offense, and he's very detailed on that. And another thing is Brennan Marion's, he's had a rough life before. He's kind of really he's a tough dude. I mean, and I think just his relationship building, the way he would be with the staff and the players, I think it'd be a great fit. But and I think when you mention names as up and comer guys in college football, he's in the top of that list. I mean, he's up there with maybe 3 or 4 guys that are truly innovative in changing the game and what they do.
Yeah, and one of my negatives with Brennan Marion, as you mentioned, of how innovative he is and how fast he's rising.
Yeah.
If you hire him, you can't expect him to be there for more than a few years. Like I really think that it's I saw the interesting tweet from George. I never realized it. George Stoya from Scoop about how many offensive coordinators at OU go on to head coaches. It's pretty much every single one since 1999. Like that's a big time deal that you have to talk about. And Brennan Marion, with how big of a high riser he is, that's the next step for him. I would think if it's not OU, he's going to get one of these Power 4 jobs somewhere as an OC and then make that head coaching leap. Or, he could make the head coaching leap right now this offseason from going from UNLV to a head coach at either a group of 5 or, Houston has an opening. That's a
UTEP
spot. Yeah, UTEP. That's a good group of 5 school for your first gig as a head coach.
Yeah, for sure. And he's just, to me, watching it today, some of the video, the go-go offense, I'm sold. I love it. But like you said, I think he's had 11 stops in 12 years or something. He's been a lot of different places and moving up the ranks. So definitely a guy to keep your eye on, keep your finger on. His name could be more and more involved in this coaching hire. We'll see. There's a few names that are going to be out there, but we wanted to do a video to break down each one for you. And so that's Brennan Marion, and we'll put the link here to the video. It'll give you a little more insight into who Brennan Marion is. but I think me and Hunter both think he would be a good fit for sure. It's just a matter of what they're going to do OU wise, if they're going to go outside of the program or not. So with that being said, appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you're not, please click the button. I don't know what you're waiting on. A lot of content coming your way. Be a part of it. Till next time, Boomer.